Hey guys, Christian with My Awesome Detailer here, and I want to talk to you about the difference between mobile detailers and guys working out of a shop. Okay, so other than just the obvious difference between one guy's working in a shop and the other guy's working on location for the customer, I'm going to talk about the different kind of pricing things you'll have, maybe the level, if there's a difference in quality of work, the kind of quality you can achieve with a shop and a mobile detailer, yada yada yada. Just to break down what is the difference between hiring a shop and hiring a mobile guy. So let's start from the top. One, is the mobile guy as good as a shop detailer, or is a shop detailer as good as the mobile guy? Here's the thing: when it comes to who can produce higher quality work, it's really dependent upon the guy or girl doing the work. Okay, so in a shop, yes, you have this controlled environment. It can be air conditioned. You can have the door shut off. This just perfect controlled type area, right? And then when you're out mobile detailing, it's you're exposed to the elements. You have the sun, dirt blowing around. The surface that you're working on will vary. The car could be on an incline, decline, whatever it may be, shady on one side, hot on the other. But there's not any real issues with the change in the environment that you're working in, as long as the detailer himself is able to adapt. So does one or the other produce higher quality, better work? No, totally not. It comes down to the skill level and the understanding of the guy in the shop or the guy who's doing the mobile work. Because there's plenty of guys who own shops, work in shops. Their shops are dirty, unorganized. All kinds of issues could be happening. Maybe they've got stuff falling from the ceiling. And most of them don't have air conditioning, so their doors are up anyway, so things are still blowing around, etc., etc., etc. So they're not totally impervious to what's outside. But with the mobile detailer, let's say that there is the sun beaming down on it. Let's say that you don't have the car in the shade, or let's say that one side is shady and the other side's not, or it's really windy, or whatever the case may be. You have to understand how to work around it. So let's say that a surface is way too hot to be polished. Okay, you could try one of two things. You could cool that surface down, do your polishing, or put the car in a shady area, work on the shaded side while it's cool, flip the car around so that the hot side's now in the shade, work on that side. Same thing with interior work. It's not, interior work isn't as exposed to the outside elements like the exterior is, but you may experience some complications with working in a customer's yard or whatever, where there might be other obstacles, like you might not be able to get your water hose completely out of the way of your vacuum or whatever. But that's just up to the efficiency and the setup that the mobile detailer has to deliver the same high quality professional level of work that maybe someone in a more controlled area would have. So no, there is no difference. It comes down specifically to the skill level and the understanding of the two detailers. Next, when you're looking at a mobile detailer and a detail shop, here's a couple of things when we're talking about pricing the work. So see, when you're a shop detailer, you might call in, ask the guy, hey, how much for this, how much for that, blah 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 blah. He might can give you an estimate over the phone, but at some point you've got to bring the car in, right? So most of the time you're going to call, they're going to tell you bring the car in, we'll go over it, we'll figure it out together, and we'll get you a price. The mobile detailer, you can't really do that because you're out detailing all day long. You don't have time to leave a job and go quote another job. You can't always do that. Now, if a neighbor walks over while you're working, clearly when you get done, you can pop over 5-10 minutes, check it out, but you don't always have that luxury. So a lot of times you've really got to drill the questions in with the customers and completely understand what they're looking to have done before you can give them any kind of estimate, price quote, anything like that. And then the price really can't be set until you do see it in person, because you never know until you see it when you get there, right? So that is a big variance that you can see between a detail shop and a mobile detailer. Also, when you're talking about the the pricing the jobs like that. My mind's going blank. Okay. So also, when you have the vehicle in the shop the whole time you're going over the whole what's going to be done to it, it's really easy to go, okay, this is an issue that I see with the vehicle that maybe the customer wasn't aware of. Here's how we can remedy it. Here's how much it'll cost, etc., etc. When you're on the phone, plenty of times I've been talking to people and they don't know, and they're not aware that they have an issue. Like they might not know that they have this deep scratch, or that their paint is really swirly, or some trim is fading, or that their leather seats have gene dye on them, or that they're starting to become hardened or dry and they need to be cleaned and conditioned. They're not always aware of that. When you have the car in front of you from the beginning, it's super easy to see things, to spot things, and to point things out. Like when you have it in the shop. But again, that can easily be remedied. It all comes down to the quality of the detailer. So, the guys in the shop might be absolutely terrible at pricing jobs, get into working on it, and go, man, there's a whole lot more work involved in this than I thought there was. And they're going to have to call you up on the phone and say, hey, we got to adjust the price, yada, yada, yada. This was a lot harder than I thought it was. And you could have a mobile detailer who is just spot on. He can ask the perfect questions. He's super good at educating you on what's going on in your vehicle, with with the detailing process industry in general, and can probably nail that price every time on the phone and show up and have it either spot on or within 10, 15 bucks, whatever it may be. So again, that one comes down to the quality and the education of the two detailers. Another big difference between a mobile guy and a shop is the convenience and luxury. Now, this is one where I feel like mobile detailers really knock it out of the park, especially if they're high quality, really good professional detailers, is the fact that you don't even have to leave the house. You can sit on the couch, watch TV, drink coffee, swim in the pool, mow the grass, whatever it may be. You don't have to get your buddy to drop you off and take you back home and bring you back to pick up your car. You don't have to drive a loaner or whatever it may be. The guys are just going to show up at your house, get everything set up, knock the vehicle out. No problem. And in most cases, you'll have it back that same day. And with a shop, it's a little more difficult because usually you have to drop the car off. They got to finish the job. If it's a job, it might take them a couple of days or whatever it may be. They got a lot of vehicles to get to before you. You've got to wait. And then you have to plan to come back at some other point with somebody or with a rental or whatever, take a cab to pick that up and get back home. So there's another huge difference between mobile detailers and detail shops. Now, to sum everything up, I could go on and on and on and pick out little things here and there, nooks and crannies, just dissect both detailing business types all day long. But to break it down, I'm sure you've seen the pattern. It comes down to the actual quality, the understanding, the professionalism of the guy doing the work, of the guy running the business, to create the super high quality professional work that we all want. So again, whenever you're looking, should I go to a shop? Should I get a mobile guy? It's really easy to determine. Just say, okay, would I rather have my car dropped off, leave it somewhere, come back and get it another time, or have the guy come to me, knock it out for me real quick, right there on the spot. I can, have my vehicle back to me as soon as possible without a whole lot of effort. You just kind of pick out, how you want to do that, which one you feel is best for you, and then determine the quality, professionalism of the guy that you're hiring, and you will be A-okay. Things will run smooth as possible, and you'll have no issues whether you pick a mobile guy or a shop. It's really up to you, your personal preference, and the quality of the detailer that you've chosen. So if you have any other questions, feel free to give me a call, 334-377-0123. Shoot me an email, christian@myawesamedetailer.net. Check out the website, myawesamedetailer.net, or head over to Facebook, facebook.com/ facebook.com/mawesomedetailer. If there's something I haven't answered for you, I'd be more than happy to answer it for you. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time.